നമസ്കാരം, ട്രബിൾ ഷൂട്ടിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്ന ഒരു വ്യത്യസ്തമായിട്ടുള്ളൊരു വീഡിയോ ആയിരിക്കും. കാര്യം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ UAE അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ദുബായിലെ ഒരു കമ്പനിയുടെ എൻ്റെയർ വർക്ക് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു വർക്ക്ഷോപ്പിൻ്റെ വർക്ക് കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെയാണ് നമ്മളിത് കാണാൻ പോകുന്നത്. ഈ കമ്പനി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു വെഹിക്കിൾ റെൻ്റൽ കമ്പനിയാണ്. അവർ റെൻ്റൽ ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഏരിയൽ പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോമുള്ള ക്രെയിനുകളാണ് റെൻ്റൽ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഏരിയൽ പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് ഏതൊരു ചെറിയ സ്ഥലത്തോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എത്ര ഹൈറ്റിൽ വേണമെങ്കിലും ഉയർത്താൻ പറ്റുന്ന വളരെ മൊബൈലായിട്ടുള്ളൊരു ക്രെയിനുകളാണ് അവർക്കുള്ളത്. അപ്പം അത് പല മോഡൽസ് ഉണ്ട്, പല ഹൈറ്റിൽ ഓപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ടൈപ്പ് മെഷീൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ റിപ്പയർ മെയിൻ്റനൻസ് കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെയാണ് അവർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അവർ ഒരു വണ്ടി വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അവർ ഏതൊക്കെ പ്രൊസീജിയറിൽ കൂടെയാണ് ആ വണ്ടി കടന്നുപോയി പിന്നെ റിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത് എന്നൊക്കെയാണ് നമ്മൾ കാണാൻ പോകുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ UAE കമ്പനികളെക്കുറിച്ചോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ UAE വർക്ക്ഷോപ്പിനെ കുറിച്ചൊക്കെ ഒരു വലിയ ധാരണയില്ലാത്ത ആൾക്കാർക്ക്, ഇനി വരാനുള്ള ആൾക്കാർക്ക് ഈ ഒരു വീഡിയോ ഉപകാരപ്രദമാവുമെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ ആദ്യം തൊട്ട് അവസാനം വരെ കാണുക, അഭിപ്രായങ്ങളൊക്കെ പറയുക.
Looking good machines. That's always our aim, to have those machines in the red line. And this is the cycle and the best customer experience. That's what we are looking for. Ready to go to the customer. Okay. So, but before we have come to a ready machine, is that this one. Okay. This is very important. This is our first line of defense, meaning first checker is what we call, but those are qualified technicians. You guys will not walk across to the workshop. I need the 19mm spanner, I need to go there. That's a waste. Okay? And every first check that we do, we record the time it takes for him to do a first check. And that record is very valuable for us to understand waste and improve efficiency. And these are the numbers. These are the numbers on that one. Even washing timing, we record. Okay. So this is quite difficult in the start, but once you put the data in place, we have the specific model of the machine, we have the timing in minutes, you can see.
Mostly they're using the 22 meters, 660,
Okay.
and 460 and 860. You can show to them.
So you can see 660, it will take 25 minutes on average to wash that specific machine. So that's based on the detailed number of machines we record. Each one of this machine we record. We take the average for the given year and then we look into it, 28 minutes. Then we do Gemba, meaning go and see. Or maybe he's washing it from here to that point, and even though a small part is washing, so we need to reduce the time. Reducing time in an efficient manner, reducing wastewater as well, and making that more efficient. This machine go back to the red line immediately as soon as possible.
Now we can ask the right questions. You might say, why does it take 25 minutes to wash this machine, 660, and only 22 minutes to wash this one, which is similar height? Yeah. Now we can ask more intelligent questions, and we can go and see what the difference is. We can find out. And one thing I wanted to remind you too, this 25 minutes, whether you think it's good or not good, average rental in the Middle East is 6 weeks. So we have a lot of machines coming back like that. Yeah. In Europe it's more like 3 days to 1 week maximum. So we have heavier soiling, so the washing period, even more important to take out waste, because we know this is a significant time consumer for getting machines back onto the ready line. Yeah. So these are average times which are always improving. And the same for your first check, right, Elmer?
This is what I'm talking to you. First check. So these are a lean tool as a data-driven analysis. So we analyze the data that we have for us to look for efficiency and reduce waste. So these are very important data. And it's recorded as per machine, and we record as per the model.
Injection which can actually kill me or make me sick, and so he must be wearing his correct PPE, get the training on the washing system and also the recycle system. So it's important for anyone who's doing the work, they're confident to do their task. Yeah, so we make sure they are. Yeah. And he's also got his iPad license, so when he has to drive the machine in or out, he's also qualified to do that. Yeah. So this water, you washes off the machine, it gets sucked back in and it gets transferred in through the recycling system there, and it gets used again and again and again until eventually it's too dirty. Then we have to get off-site with the approvals, but it's only 4 times a year now compared to 12, so it's much more less on the environment.
Oil and grease will be separated.
Correct. It's a filter separator unit inside.
So we do a
And
sludge.
you will dispose of it.
Well, we get the municipality in. They measure the level of contamination in that water, right? And what they do is, if it's this level or this level, we have to pay a different fee, and then they take the water away. But the main point with the recycling system, it allows us to reuse water for a longer period. So, because it's taking some of the contaminants and dirt out of the water, until eventually it gets to a level where it can't clean anymore, and we have to get it off-site like this. Yeah, it's a filter separator.
It's also a big waste. If the truck drivers doesn't know how to load the machine, that machine will be waiting for some time and the customer is waiting. So we record all of this. The time the truck comes in the gate, goes to the load and load area, goes out to the gate, we record that time. So we have 4 timestamps that we record for that specific process. So this is another process based on the rental cycle. So the different process, there are lots of things that we can take out waste. But it will not happen in one shot. It will take time. The first check will go service staging, meaning these machines will just need to wait for a certain repair before it goes to the workshop. And one more which we would like to avoid is the red. Red means not good, meaning hard down. Hard down means 5 to 7 days you need to repair that machine.
Could have a big problem or big damage.
Big damage, boom damage, we need to strip up the engine, strip up the boom. So we don't want. And this depot, luckily we only have 1% of our 1,000 machines on the hard down. So that's, we're eliminating. So this is the thing.
Yeah.
So load and load. Staging is the same. So that's within the off-rent to workshop, meaning waiting for repair. Okay, if it's not a good service.
Yeah, it's like 500 hour, 1,000 hour, 1,500 hour service.
We will discuss, you will see. You will see we have the facility here, which having mostly hard down structural, electrical repairs.
Big work.
Big works, which will take time. So those mostly defined as our if you want the description of hard down, we have this one here. That's part of it before the rental item. So this is what we're talking now, the rental side. This is, we don't want to have. Okay.
But our aim is, as the fleet, have less than 3% of our machines in the hard down. Yeah, less
So we're 1% on our hard down. You can see the position of this area. You have an open area here wherein you can position the crane, safe positioning of the crane, safe forking, removing of the boom. So this is a safe place for us to do a certain repairs on the.
Sometimes the heavy work, you have to put a
Heavy work,
crane to
yeah.
lift the top off, and you need to put a crane here sometimes. That's why it's in this location.
Yeah. So that's what this is. Then we have the wastewater tank, waste oil tank. We have the engine oil and hydraulic oil. It's all bonded. Okay, any leak from the tank will be contained on that area. It will not spill. It will not affect any ventilation in this tank. Then we have the air line across to pump the oil, and then we have these jerry cans for the site use. So we do take out oil to the site.
The technicians come here with their pickups and they will take their fluids.
Use this area, but if we have overflow for some machines, we also park it out. And if there will be overflow, we safely lock this area for them to perform a certain function. We have hot works area, so we recently had a welder fabricator. It's a very good one, more efficient repairs and save because savings on not giving much a specific structure outside for repair. So we do in-house that. We're improving. We also have lots of projects, okay, like tools that we need to do a certain repair. So fabrication works, project works, safety works. So it's very valuable.
Yeah, and in our industry, having a qualified welder is important if you're not outsourcing, because some of the damage we get is on the handrail. That's what stops people falling out. So we have to have a qualified welder to make sure the repair is good and to a standard. Okay, so when we're repairing those things, yeah, so important for that reason.
We have the fire room. So fire room is active. So in case of any fire. Drill, but the reason we have the flags is so you can see
The extinguishers are over there. Yeah? We have wall mounted ones. Okay, so we're going in the depot now. This is just us red and yellow because we have two main types here, powder or CO2. So we have tried to match. You can have it any colour. It's really to just make it visual, you know, so you can see it from a longer distance. Yeah. But you know, a fire extinguisher, the colour will depend, will be matching the contents, so inside the type of fire it's going to put out.
And he's asking me, Levin, what happened to my machine was so 2 meters? So I can check whether I'm on the side. Okay, it was on day, you will see on day 9, 12:06. So I have the access. I can know when this machine will be completed. So this is an app that we can give you a exact information. Because why? Because on the side you have 2 operators and also you have some trace. So I need to precise with you what time the machine will be delivered. Because I don't like your people sitting idea you're paying the frame, you know. So we can give you the precise answer. So this is also
The savings on the power, but also the safety, especially when you have night shift. It's better to support the power.
Repairing machines will not help us if we don't have the parts. So again, this is another area, big area for us to improve. In the parts department, we're using Kanban system, which we will explain.
Yeah, you can go with Elma inside, we'll show you. Go with Elma.
To understand, because what are the ways that we have? A mechanic repairing machines, and then he asks for a part, then he orders it. After some time, no one orders. Then he will ask again, what's happening with my part? Is it arrived or that did? So this is just an information for the parts controller to give information to the technician. Like you can see the machine number, the parts identification, and then the status. Is it ordered? Is it partially arrived? Is it arrived? So he will be able to see. Once he sees that one, then go straight to the parts controller and take that part. So that's an improvement which we improve. And from the first checker identify the parts that he needs to have. He will cross-check with the parts. So before that machine goes in, we're making sure that we have the parts already. Or else that's a waste. He first check the machine, we put it in, no parts. What's the point of putting that machine in? So that's very important. It's another waste which we are looking at. So that's another improvement which we have done. Parts controller, and we have our intern here, okay, who's also working with Benny. So this is our parts department. You can see good visual management on, again, on the safety decals that, again, big waste before. Because this safety decals is just in the box. A technician comes to the parts department and say, I need this decal. Then Benny will just search.
Where is it?
Where is it?
Yeah.
Spending a lot of time searching for a small specific decal. But now he created identifying ways, improvement idea. He created a visual management for all of his decal.
You got a best practice in the group for this, so this is good for us because you see, this way of visually understanding where the diggers are.
3016. Okay.
16 or 1G.
Oh, that's 6. Okay, let's say I don't have the part number of the OEM, but I have the part number from Bosch. So I can just type in this part number 122. Then I place to order. So if it arrived, I will just put arrive.
Bay 8, Bay 9, Bay 10. So we have 11 bays for us to work on our machine. You can see visual management on the top. So for you to understand, we have the definition, the drawing, and then the 3D. That's the 3D is what I'm saying is IPAP category. For you to drive that specific machine, you need to have that license of 3D, 3A, and 1. So that's help us in managing where we put the machine. But those bays are identical, meaning each bay are designed in the same way that you can put machine here, you can put machine there. So we have the common things like we have for each of 2 bays, you can see a drop line of hydraulic oil and engine oil. Okay, we also have the common tools on that given bay, which is the same as here. So if I am a technician, like you have a technician, I'm working on bay 9. If he goes to bay 2, he will not say, where's my tools? Where are these things? Why it's not here? So these are defined for us that we can identify ways. Because that guy who's working in bay 2 will go to bay 9 because he's used to it. Right? So we utilize the bay as the same as. It's a good visual understanding with definitions and proper understanding of what this machine is having. It's a solid foam filled tires. So some operators or some site will say the tires, if you have some cuts, then it's unsafe to use. Okay, this represents, you can see what's inside of this.
Can't go
tires.
flat.
Can't go flat. It's a solid.
Not solid, it's foam
So
filled.
a foam fill.
Yeah.
Foam fill.
So how it works, you can read this later. When any of these tyres you see on these MUPs, they've got this polyurethane inside, or foam is the layman's term. It goes in a liquid in the valve. This will have a valve here like your car. They drill a hole in the top of the tyre to let the air come out. They fill this valve with this liquid, fills, the air comes out the top, and it cures like a glue, cures like a glue. And then it's like honey when it goes inside, then it cures. And the malleability, how hard it will be, is set by the manufacturer. We can't use any old chemical. It's a special chemical that has to give the correct compression ratio, right? Durometer rating, because at height, we don't want the tyre being too soft, deflecting too much, yeah? It's like getting a puncture and it can cause a stability hazard. So we like to explain to safety teams, our own instructors, how the MUPs are safe, because it doesn't matter how many bits of Brio bar in there, it can't go flat like this, yeah? There's other benefits as well. So this is called polyurethane, and every rough terrain MUP is either filled with polyurethane, and some of them, as Elmer mentioned, are also solid tyres, depending on the model, yeah, like this, yeah.
CIR results of what we have shown you. On
CIR is continuous improvement review, yeah?
Our score is 77, and that's the number 1 for 60 depots, 16 countries. And we will show you inside.
Level with Noida. And the training room for the theory is upstairs there. So we have the training room upstairs, and we have the internal training area down here for the IPAP, the International Powered Access Federation. So we have 3 training zones: the external training for practical, internal practical, and the training room itself for the theory component. That's how our training area. So we train in IPAF and PASMA, aluminium towers, as well as the aluminium scaffold towers, as well as the mobile elevating work platforms. Yeah. This tent is VR. Someone's going to ask if you want to have a go. We have virtual reality to enhance training, and we can simulate real life experience on the machine with this virtual reality unit, and we're starting to use that more and more. We set up this tent so we can if you want to have a go, you're more than welcome.
This is a work in progress that helps define the persons that coming to our workshop. Also for the technician understanding, it's a component terminology. Persons will be able to identify the different type of the component of a machine.
It's a work in progress.
Work in progress. So you have the definition here for that specific part. And then moving forward, we will be looking with the QR code, wherein like you're a visitor. You just scan that one, and then what's the purpose of this one?
Give you a short video or a picture?
Short video.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress that will help us again improve understanding of the component.
Yeah, because one of the best ways that anyone can give better performance to their customers and internally is by learning, of course. So we do a lot of internal training. We try and help people grow and, helping people understand in their own industry what is the function for this, what is the correct terminology, and even the grammar to an extent. This has been always working on these sort of other sideways of how we can grow our own team. It's very important. Yeah, this keeps everything going. It's very, very important. The improvement board.
I'll start with the check. So we have the check board, safety, health, environment, quality. We have the first aiders, fire wardens. We do emergency evacuation drill. Some rescue from height drill also. But on the improvement board, this is mostly what we are working on. KPI. So whatever we do in this depot, we have the score KPI, key performance indicator, and we're measuring it weekly. How we perform in a given week. So you can see some graphs.
Inside you'll see more clearly.
Safety, accidents, lost time injury, near misses. You can see a high number of near misses. But that gives us more information on what near misses.
Who is reporting this near misses?
It's the safety controller, our technicians, whoever is involved on that reducing weight. We started with this as a developing depot. We do a Kaizen, improving ways, look on data-driven analysis, we go standard, we go to advanced, and then now we are in the showcase depot. So we are now here. You can see in 2016 for the CIR review. CIR review, we have 25 review elements. 25 review elements, and you need to get the highest score into the maximum of 4 in each one of the elements. And so we started from 41 on 2016, 58, 64, 77. Then again the sustaining and harder the question on the CIR, we dropped down to 71. It's also developed by our own team here. This also reduces waste. Okay, like a client calls Levin calls someone, and then after some time the breakdown was not recorded. So we have those technicians, we have site teams, 8 site teams, who's taking care of all of the breakdowns in the queue.
And servicing.
And
right?
servicing.
Yeah.
You can see they have that in their phone as an app.
I have also in my app. For example, Anis called me. Use this machine.
Yeah.
Levin, my machine was breakdown. Then I will check it my app. I can see no, it was completed 2 hours ago. So easy. Based on the conversation, I can inform Anis. Then he will inform the site guys because mostly some of the project managers and construction manager was in the office. Mostly. So he will relay it to the site. Hey, your machine was breakdown.
You accepted
The technician accepted. Okay, he accepted that breakdown, and he will be going and attend
for the metros.
Yeah. So we also define what breakdowns. It's not only breakdown. No, there's a breakdown on the machine, but we need to understand why. What's the problem with the leak? Is it hydraulic system leak, electrical system fault, or low fuel level, or low battery voltage? So we define, and we understand now what's the common top 3 or top 2 high leak number of breakdowns is hydraulic system leak, temperature, or the wear and tear on the hoses, electrical system fault, like dust goes to the controller. So we define and we look into that. And what we're doing here, we define on our data.
It's a daily graph.
Yes. So you can see here the comparison of 2016, 17, 18, and 2019, where we are. So these are all data-driven analysis. It's not always a good number, but we identify where we can improve, what's happening.
One thing is you need to measure.
Yeah.
If you're not measuring.
അപ്പോൾ വീഡിയോ ഇഷ്ടമായാൽ ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുക, സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക, ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുക. കുറേ പോരായ്മകളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടെന്നറിയാം. കാര്യം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇത് ഒരു വർഷം മുമ്പ് ഷൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത വീഡിയോ ആണ്. അപ്പം ഇനിയുള്ള പുതിയ വീഡിയോകളൊക്കെ വരുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പം അതിനുവേണ്ടി തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുക, സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക, ബെല്ലൈക്കൺ ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ മറക്കരുത്.